What time do you need?
So maybe he lives in it. Yeah, he was the one with
Stand outside the car. Okay.
where they put it?
Taking off the jacket, just coming over.
Here we go.
Does anybody need a alarm or no?
No. Hold the mic.
Whenever y'all are ready.
Can you give us about 15 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
Can you look this way? That will be all good.
Mm-hmm.
Just both eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, I'm okay. I'm not close. Thank you.
Roll.
Okay.
Roll.
Yep.
First name is Jennifer, Jennifer. Last name is Rodriguez, Rodriguez, Public Information Officer with the San Antonio Police Department. So around 8:30 this morning, Peru Patrol officers were dispatched to this location for a welfare check. A relative of one of the victims had grown concerned because they hadn't heard from her in a few days. When officers arrived to the location, they had to make forced entry inside one of the apartments. The officer confirmed that there was 3 deceased individuals inside the apartment, an adult male in his early 40s, an adult female in her late 30s, and a child under the age of 10. Preliminary information at this time indicates that the male in his early 40s shot the female victim as well as the child and then turned the gun on himself. This appears to be a domestic situation where the couple was married. At this time, again, it's very preliminary. I cannot confirm the type of weapon that was used, only to say that it was some type of firearm. And there are 3 deceased individuals, again, an adult male in his early 40s, an adult female in her late 30s, and a child under the age of 10.
No, we're now just going live on the show. Would you mind recapping exactly what happened around 8:30 this morning?
Sure. So around 8:30 this morning, officers made this location for a welfare check after a relative of one of the victims grew concerned after not hearing from her from a couple of days. When officers arrived, they had to make forced entry inside the apartment. That's when the officer was able to confirm that there was 3 deceased individuals inside the apartment, an adult male in his early 40s, an adult female in her late 30s, and a child under the age of 10. And again, this appears to be preliminary information indicating that the male shot the child, shot the female, and then turned the gun on himself. And it appears to be a domestic incident.
Jennifer, do you have any idea how long the bodies had been there or when the shooting took place?
No, still under investigation as far as when this could have occurred.
And are neighbors reporting hearing gunshots at any time?
I can't confirm that information right now. It's still very early on. I can confirm that the last time the relative had heard from the female and the child was, I believe, on Friday. On Saturday, I apologize, on Saturday.
Was there any history with SAPD's involvement in the relationship?
I do not know any history, but we did do some research and we could not locate it at this time. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but we don't have any knowledge of it at this time, but it's still under investigation.
We saw a DPS trooper on the scene. Is there any reason for that?
I don't know why DPS is here.
So the relative obviously was concerned. That's what I'm wondering. Does she have other concerns other than the fact they hadn't heard from her? So did the relative have some kind of intuition that the domestic issue would lead to violence?
I don't know. I can't confirm that at this time, only to confirm that they had arrived here after growing concern not hearing from them since this weekend. And so that's when they notified police, but that's still under investigation.
So the relatives got here before officers?
Yes, and that's when they called police to do the welfare check and they made forced entry inside the apartment.
Did all 3 reside at the apartment?
I don't know if they all resided inside the apartment.
And you can't confirm the couple was married or just
They were married, yes.
Still married or formerly married?
Still married.
And the child is theirs? I'm assuming?
Yes, biological child. Yes.
Last question. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can you do Spanish? Yes. Does anybody need to move their mic?
No, you're
Okay.
right out there, obviously.
Okay.
Anytime.
Yes. Do you need me to repeat my first name and last name and all that?
Sure.
Primer nombre es Jennifer, Jennifer. Last name Rodriguez, Rodriguez, vocera del Departamento de Policía de San Antonio. A las 8:30 de la mañana, oficiales del Crew Patrol llegaron a esta locación después de un relative de una de las víctimas estaba preocupada porque no oía de la víctima. Oficiales llegaron aquí y tuvieron que forzar la puerta adentro. Cuando fueron adentro, encontraron los cuerpos de 3 personas, un adulto en sus 40s, una adulta en sus 30s y un niño de edad 10 o menor. En esta situación creemos que el adulto, el hombre, disparó al niño y a la víctima, la mujer, y luego se suicidó. Así es, en este momento es preliminary, pero nomás sabemos que estaban casados, el hombre y la mujer.
Y dices de que no saben qué tipo de armas usó.
No.
Y estabas diciendo un poquito de que cuándo fue la última vez de que escucharon algo de...
Una pariente de la víctima oyó de ella el sábado, así es que estaba preocupada que no oía de ella desde el sábado.
Y dime un poquito, ellos vinieron aquí hoy en la mañana.
Sí, vinieron aquí en la mañana y eso es cuando llamaron a la policía para que entraran porque estaban preocupados.
Y la policía entró y encontró...
Sí, la policía entró y encontró los cuerpos de tres personas.
Y hasta el momento todo está bajo investigación todavía.
Sí, sí, ahorita está en investigación.
¿Y vecinos, alguien escuchó balazos?
En este momento no tengo esa información, pero todavía están investigando y están hablando con los residentes y los vecinos de este lugar para investigar si alguien tal vez oyó algo.
Y por lo que puedes decir, por lo menos había señas de que había violencia en
yo no tengo esa información, pero todavía está investigando.
y para algo así, para un mensaje que alguien que está pasando por esto como domestic violence y que tiene miedo de salirse de sus lugares, ¿qué les puedes decir?
A las víctimas nomás queremos decirles que no tengan miedo. Si usted está en una situación donde está en un peligro, puede llamar a policía, puede llamar un pariente y salir de la situación, y nosotros estamos muy tristes de lo que pasó. Obviamente involucró a un niño, así es que nuestras oraciones están con las familias.
So much, Jennifer. Can you repeat that in English? What kind of advice?
I'm sorry?
What kind of advice would you give someone that may be going through domestic violence?
Sure. So anybody that may find themselves in a situation where they are in a dangerous predicament, don't be afraid to reach out to friends, family, or to the police if you find yourself in that situation. And obviously this is very tragic, and our hearts and our prayers go out to the families involved.
Jennifer, did you know the gender of the child?
A female.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Can you help me?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
You good to do it?
Yeah. First name is Jennifer, Jennifer. Last name is Rodriguez, Rodriguez, vocera del Departamento de Policía de San Antonio. A las 8:30 hoy, oficiales del Departamento de Policía.
Check, 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 check.